Good afternoon. How you guys doing?
Good.
All right. Um, let's talk a little bit before we get started. How many of you took the ACT on April 2nd? One, two, three here. Anybody here? Online? Okay. So tell me, how did it go?
I thought it went really well.
So let's start with this one. Let's start with English. What was your, and I want online students who took the test, please speak up, okay? Um, English.
Good. Yeah.
Did the class help with Ryan's class help?
Yes.
And you have to be honest with me, okay? If something we have not done good, I want to hear that, okay? It's all about improvement, so. Okay. Um, Next is math.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Besides maybe two questions.
Two questions.
Probably the home stretch of the test.
How about online students? This is the time to speak up.
I thought the English was kind of difficult, but I felt pretty confident with the math portion of it.
Alex, question then. How many questions in English did you feel difficult?
Um, I guess there weren't any that I just didn't have an answer for. I just was unsure
How many?
about maybe 4 or 5 of them.
That's a lot. Okay. I have, so did the Rand's class help you, Alex?
Yeah, I think it definitely helped.
Okay. Math, how did I and Aubrey do?
You did alright?
Yeah.
Has it been helpful?
Yes.
How about online students? Because if you don't tell us, I just will have no clue, right? What we need to do better. So, reading.
I was able to focus more, so it helped me a lot.
I felt pretty good about most answers, better than I had on a lot of the practice tests.
Was it harder?
I didn't think it was terrible.
Okay.
For reading, I just felt for me just self accountability just on a couple problems.
How about our reading, online students?
I think this reading was definitely harder than the first ACT we took. That was easier than reading that our previous one that we did.
Okay. Did the class with Lauren help?
I think it did, but it was also just like a second guessing thing for your answers.
How many questions do you see you had to second guess?
Probably 3 or 4.
Little on the high side. So hoping for only one or two. That's been the average, okay. I'm kind of greedy on that one, so. Alex, thoughts on reading?
I had an easier time with reading than English, but I also thought from the first time I took the ACT, the English and reading were easier on that one than they were this time.
That's what I've been hearing. Science.
I thought pretty well.
Did the strategies, what we do, helped?
Yeah, it helped for me at least.
Online students, how was science?
I was much more confident with science this time than I was last time, so I think the class really helped with that.
So let me ask you a very important question. I've been waiting to ask you guys this. We have done so many passages in the class, right? Compared to those passages and the real test, which was easier, classwork or the test? Or same?
I felt like they were essentially the same, to be honest. Like a lot of the passages had similar formats on the tests that we did in practice.
Okay, that's good, right? That's good.
I think it was like 51-49 for 51% test, 49%.
That's good.
I think the math portion that we did in class on the practice day was way harder than the actual test.
Yeah. Math, when I teach math, I always prepare for the worst case scenario. Science, I cannot because I don't make the questions because I cannot make the questions. It's in the passage. With math, I make my own questions. So math is here. I teach almost level 2, level 3 up.
I think science maybe a little bit easier on the test, like the actual ACT.
Good, because maybe you've practiced enough. All right, so the results are in 2 days, April 12th. All right, so make sure to text me your scores right away. Yeah,
What about the people who took the writing portion? Is that still on the same
4
day?
to 6 weeks. You get your scores first, then the writing scores get added.
Plus, we get our regular scores in like 2 days. So. Like we get our regular scores and then write them later, or
Mhm. Everybody will get it on Tuesday.
How does the writing portion of the ACT affect your score?
No effect.
Okay.
No effect. Okay, anything you want to tell us about your experience about the test and your advice to New Horizons so that next time I can pass along this information? So I want to summarize our discussion. Yeah.
Okay, so this isn't really advice or anything. I was gonna say something about the science test. Like, the strategies did help, but it felt like the passages were like all in the order that it should have been for me. Do you know what I mean?
actually, I think the same thing.
Yeah, that can happen.
Yeah.
That has happened. Not very often, but has happened. Like October 2019, it was exactly opposite. It was 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that order people did. So, yeah, if it's 1 through 6, the best scenario. But I cannot emphasize the significance of that order, making that 2, 2, 2 order. How about online students? Do you have any advice for New Horizon? CC, Alex?
I feel like I don't have any advice per se. I'd just say like making sure to put time aside to study was really important for me.
That's why we assign you the homework. Did the homework make a difference?
I would say yes. I did a lot of the homework, so I feel like that made a difference from the first ACT that I did.
Homework is, so this is how I've designed this class from 14 years back, okay? This is how it is. I believe any student who takes a class on an average should go up by 5 points, okay? This is how. 2 points by coming to the class. 2 points doing the homework. 1 point doing extra work at home. This can happen, and it has happened for so many years. So, got to put in the effort. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna ask 3 plus 2. And again, I just want you guys to be honest. So let's start with the Alex. Based on what was your experience in the April test, and what you have gone through this class, would you recommend this class to any of your friends?
Yeah, I definitely would, especially with the math portion. I felt so much better about it, and I really didn't have trouble with it, where the first time I had a little bit of trouble with the math. So I would definitely recommend it.
Okay. Cece?
I would say the same thing as Alex, because I'm still in algebra 2, there's a lot of concepts that I haven't learned that are on the ACT. So by taking the class, I was able to learn those. So that was really helpful.
Yeah, my nephew actually is in 8th grade. He took the December ACT. He's in California, in 8th grade. He was taking this class for a few times. He got a 34 in 8th grade. And he studied all pre-calc only through this class, the stuff we did. And of course, he practiced. So that was his first time. So I'm not saying, it's going to happen to everybody. But that's what he told me, that the math really helped. He actually, I thought he would say math and science, but he said math and English helped him a lot. So how about you guys?
Same as what they said. I think the science strategy is the most helpful thing from this.
That's what I believe. That's what I believe. So
Because most kids probably taking the ACT for the first time have no idea that the passages are all mixed up. So.
And I told you this before. One of our students went from a 25 to a 34 from a Heelan graduate. She went up in 9 points, got into Notre Dame. 9 points.
Oh, yeah, for sure. This, especially like the refresh with English for like Ryan before, like it was our last class before we took the ACT. Just a little refresher really helps.
Oh, big time.
I think it's good because it's like a guideline, because most people like say they're gonna study and they don't get around to it, and then this makes, at the least, you're taking these practice tests every Sunday.
And put some structure to it. Did the review help you guys?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Cece and Alex, did you sign up for the review?
Yeah, I was there.
I was too.
Did that help?
I think it definitely helped my math because it made me realize what I needed to improve on before I took the ACT, like what concepts. But for English, I felt pretty confident at the ACT and on the practice test. So
Good. All right. So you guys don't have any real advice for me per se, but if you feel like telling me something, tell me. Okay. I have learned one thing in 14 years. Constructive criticism is the best way to success. And I take it very seriously. Any feedback, okay? Yeah.
Honestly, it's not like anything directed towards you, it's just mostly directed towards me, just self-accountability.
It really matters though. It really does matter. Is how much you badly want it, right? So, all right. Get your calculators. Let's get started. We're going to start with factorials. Exclamation point. Get your calculators.
I forgot my calculator.
I'm going to give math. Go to math. Go to the top PRB. Go to number 4. That's your factorial sign. Everybody practice it quick.
Is it the exclamation point?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
So I want you guys to do in your calculator 0 factorial. What do you get?
1.
Don't ask me why, okay? Right now. Do 1 factorial. 1. 2 factorial.
2.
3 factorial.
6.
So, let me define what factorial is, and this is very important for you to understand. A factorial is only for positive numbers. Okay? Second, a factorial is a product of numbers starting by the number, decreasing by 1 till 1. So if you start with 3, decrease by 1, 2, decrease by 1 till 1. That's how you get to 6. For 2, it's 2 times 1. Let's not worry about these two. Alright? So if I give you 4 factorial, so it'll be 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Sounds good? Good. Try this problem. First question. Simplify. N plus 2 factorial divided by n factorial. Expect this question in the last 5 in the ACT math. If you have an answer, unmute and tell me the answer. Or tell me your name. Anybody?
1 plus 2 factorial over n.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Online students. Alright. Listen up then. I'm going to define the factorial again. It's a number, it's a product of numbers, starting with the number, decreasing by 1 till 1, right? So this is the number, decreasing by 1, product, up to 1. Remember, it's decreasing, right? So if I want to include one more here, it'll be 1 because you're decreasing. Does that make sense? So 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay, think that. So here, n factorial, n times n minus 1, till 1. Yes? Carefully observe this portion and this portion. Are these two same? They cancel out. N plus 2 times n plus 1, so it'll be n squared plus 2n plus n plus 2, n squared plus 3n plus 2. If you're online, if you're having questions, please ask. solve for n. Anybody?
Does it equal 4?
That is correct. Stop writing, listen up. Again, that's why I'm repeating the definition, because the fundamentals are in the definition. Well, last time, that factorial is a product of numbers, starting with the number, decreasing by 1 till 1. Okay? N plus 1 factorial, decrease by 1, decrease by 1, keep going on till 1. N minus 1, decrease by 1, go till 1. And you can see here, this portion and this portion are same, right? So you're left with n times n plus 1, n squared plus n is equal to 20. So n plus 5 times n minus 4 is equal to 0. So n is equal to negative 5 or n is equal to 4. I told you it is only for positive integers, so and you can see if I plug in 5 here, 4 plus 1, 5 factorial. So if I, okay, 5 factorial divided by 4 minus 1 is 3, 3 factorial. Times 4 is make sense? Anybody, any questions? I want everybody to repeat question number 1, please. Go. Repeat. go to next set of questions, okay? This is based on probability questions, okay? Probability questions. Okay. There is a word called badgers. Okay. Question number, there will be two-part question, okay? Question number one, how many four-letter words can you make with repeating letters? Question number two, same question without repeating letters. Anyone has an answer? Okay.
For with repeating, it's 840, and with not repeating, it's 35.
Okay. Anybody else? Online? Okay. So, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out of the 7, you have to make 4-letter words. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in this case, you can repeat. In this case, you cannot repeat. And you can see here, there is nothing that is common. These are different alphabets, different letters. So in the first spot, with repeating, I can use any of these spots, any of these alphabets. As I can repeat, so I can still use all 7, all 7, all 7. 7 raised to 4. How much is this?
2401.
2401. So this many combinations can be made if you can repeat the letters. If you cannot repeat it, once the first spot is taken, the second spot has only now 6 left, now 5 left, now 4 left. How much is this one?
840.
Huh?
840.
840. Make sense? Did anybody get this? Okay. It's okay. You have three concentric circles with radius 1, 2, and 3 respectively. What is the probability of the dart falling in the blue region? So if I'm throwing dart, what is the probability it is going to fall in the dart region? And the blue region. Go. Anybody?
One third.
Okay. Could you explain me why you got 1/3?
Well, I found the area, the middle circle, and then I found,
This one?
no, the middle one, and then I found the area of 2,
Mhm.
and I subtracted the first circle from 2 to get
Oh, that's correct.
3 pi, and then I put that over the whole thing, which would be
9 pi.
9 pi, yeah.
All right, perfect. So what's the definition of probability? It's basically what your reference to divided by all possible outcomes. Okay. So our desired outcome is here, right? Desired outcome. And the maximum possibility is this big circle, right? Dart cannot go in any other place. So to find that one, you need to find the area of the blue region. So the blue region area is pi 2 square, that's the area of this one, this dotted line I'm gonna draw here, minus area of the small circle. So if I take this circle and cut a hole in it, what's remaining is the area of the blue region, right? Pi 1 square. So it comes to 3 pi. So probability of the blue region is equal to 3 pi divided by pi 3 squared, 9 pi. Make sense? So if you're playing dart, so you have 1 in 3 chance it's gonna fall here, right? If I ask the same question for this circle, 1 divided by same thing, it'll be 1 over. It'll be 1 over 9, so it'll be tougher to hit the bullseye, right, than this region because it's smaller. So this will be 1/9, this will be 1/3, this will be 100%, right, because it will be encompassing the whole thing. Does this make sense? Yes, no? Online students? Okay. You guys can start writing down this. Next type of question. All right, so let's start with the first one. Anyone wants to take the answer? For A,
8/3,
what's that?
or 8/3.
8/3. Anybody matching that? So 1, 2. Anybody online? Okay. How about B?
3.
Huh?
3.
3. Anybody? 3. Okay, we have some more people online. Okay. C.
4.
Yeah. Okay. 4. And D.
3.
Okay. All right, let's try this one, and let me explain this problem so that you understand how to do this. So these are the number of homes, right? And this is the number of TVs per home. So what it means is, this is number of TVs per home, that is 4. And how many homes have 4 TVs? 5 of them, right? So how many total TVs we have here? 20. So we need to figure out another column here. How many TVs? Total TVs. Okay, so 0, 2, 6, 12, 20. Am I right? So what's the total number of TVs we have? 20, 32, 38, 40. So we have total 40 TVs. So what is the average number of TVs per home? When you do an average problem, you take the total TVs divided by total homes. Okay? 40 is the total TVs. How many homes are there? So 1 plus 2, 3, 6, 10, 15. So 40 TVs, 50 homes. So it'll be, you said it's 8/3.
Yes.
So on an average, for every, so 2/3 is what, around 2.67. So there is 2.67 TVs in a home. And that, I think nowadays it makes sense, right? At my home we have 5 TVs, TVs are everywhere. So that's what they're asking for. So when you ask for an average, you have to get to the total divided by total. Sounds good? This is a very important question. In college, we have seen students make mistake in this. Okay? Then, what is the median number of TVs per home? So when you do the median, you have to do the ascending or the descending order, right? So let's get started here. So in the number of homes is 1 and 0 TVs, so 0. Then there are 2 homes with 1 TV each, so 1, 1. You with me? 3 homes and each one will have 2 TVs, 2, 2, 2. Right? 4 homes with 3 TVs each, 3, 3, 3, 3. And 5 homes with 4 each, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. Right? So this is in the ascending order. So 0, 4, 1, 4. The median number of TVs per home is 3. Make sense? What is the mode number? Mode is the highest frequency. Right here is the 4. only, it's right, observe it, it's quite obvious here, right? 5 homes have 4 TVs, so you have the most one. If one more student is added, what is the new median? So the new student can have any number of TVs, right? He can have 0 TVs, 1 TVs, 2 TVs, doesn't matter, we don't know that. So how is this gonna impact? Let's say we add 5 TVs, okay? So let's say we add 5 TVs. So what would have happened is, with this 0, you would have had a 5 cancel, right? So this would have moved to now these 2 in the middle. It will be still 3. If you add a 0 here, it will be still these 2. If you add a 2 here, so it will come to these 2. So it doesn't matter how many TVs the new home has, it doesn't matter, because the median would still fall under this level. Make sense? This is a very important question for you guys. Does anybody have any questions online, students? How many got all these 4 correct? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Alright. Next, continuing on average. Okay. So let me explain this problem. I'm going to write it as well. It's okay. Ready? You may have to write down this as well. A student is supposed to take a total of 7 tests. This is the total he has to take. So far, he has taken 4 tests with an average of 84%. Okay? His goal is to reach 86% by end of 7 tests. Okay? What is the average percent in the remaining 3 tests? Anybody?
86, 52.
So 88.7%, you say. Anybody matching that? You have 88.7 as well? Online students? Okay, Alex. Okay. One of the things I just talked to you guys today, and I'm gonna hope you will remember this. When you talk about average, average is total divided by total, okay? So if I'm talking about 4 tests, I only talk about 4 tests, not 7 tests, okay? So let's start with 7 tests. By end of 7 tests, he wants to have a 86% target, right? So average is defined as total points divided by total tests. Right? Simple. So average is 86 is target. We do not know how many points it is, but we know he has taken 7 tests. Right? Tell me, what is 86 times 7?
602.
Huh?
602.
So at the end of 7 tests, he needs 602 points. Okay? Now after he takes 4 tests, he has 84. So 84, that's called y divided by 4. For 4 tests, with average 84, how many points he has now? Tell me.
336.
336. Target is 602, he has 336. So x minus y, tell me.
266.
He needs to score 266 points in how many remaining tests?
3.
3 remaining tests. 88.7% per test. I hope this is correct. Is that correct?
88.67.
Yeah, something like that. But does it make sense? So the focus here is to keep these two consistent. If it's 7 tests, it's for 7, average for 7. If it's for 4 tests, the average is 20 for 4 tests. This has to be consistent. Sounds good? You cannot add averages, you cannot subtract averages, you cannot multiply averages, you cannot average averages. You with me on this? The only thing you can do with average is to get to the points. And then you can go to the next step. Results are on in 2 days. Next weekend, no class due to Easter. Happy Easter. And next following class is April 24th. I'll see you on April 24th. Hang in, take a 5 minutes break. Ryan will be here. It is his last English class. Okay? Ask any questions you might. See you guys. Bye-bye.